Sultanate of Oman Television, and this is 7 o'clock news bulletin brought to you live from this news center. First, the headlines. The Research Council approves amendments on open research scholarships which contribute in implementing the national priorities and achieve applicable and practical results. The United Nations hails the Sultanate's completion of all requirements to reduce and use materials depleting of ozone layer. And commercial operation of the passenger terminal at Duqm Airport starts tomorrow. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines and now the news in detail. In order to activate the role of research institutions in the Sultanate, the Research Council Authority approved amendments to open research scholarships which are considered as the first research support programs in the Research Council. This came in the meeting of Research Council Authority, which was chaired by His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan, Chairman of the Research Council. The suggested program aimed to increase self-activated role of research institutions in the developing and managing its research programs on focus on supporting researchers which contribute in implementing national priorities and achieve applicable and practical results. The Council Authority also approved the estimated budget for 2019, which included requirements of various projects and programs implemented by the Council. The members of the Council Authority reviewed also results of Sciences and Technology Index for 2016-2017, which is updated every 2 years, coinciding with the survey implemented by UNESCO Statistics Institutes. The United Nations hailed the Sultanate's safe environmental insurance or measures to protect ozone layer. It came during the celebrations of the International Day for the Protection of the Ozone Layer, which falls on the 16th of September every year. The Sultanate celebration of this day coincides with the 31st anniversary of signing the Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer. The issue of ozone layer has drawn international attention in the last few years due to reduce the harmful ultraviolet rays entering the Earth's atmosphere. The world countries on this special occasion are working together to find successful and effective solutions to gradually decrease the environmental and industrial causes that affect the ozone layer. The Ministry of Transport and Communications announced its readiness to start commercial operations of passengers terminal at Duqm Airport, which is proposed to be open tomorrow. Duqm Airport in Al Wusta Governorate accommodates 500,000 passengers annually, and in the future it can accommodate to 2 million passengers. The airport was designed according to the latest international specifications in the world's airport. The passengers terminal was built in an area of more than 9,600 square meters. The Wilayah of Duqm, the economic heart of the Sultanate, witnesses the implementation of the mega projects like Duqm Refinery, Duqm Dry Dock, Duqm Port and Duqm Airport, and many other projects, which will make a qualitative shift in the Sultanate approach towards economic diversification and oil dependency reduction. The Board of Directors of the Public Authority for Stores and Food Reserve, in its fourth meeting this year, reviewed food security projects by presenting a visual show and what related to report of the second quarter of the year about international prices movement for basic food commodities. The meeting also discussed the authority's budget for the coming year, in addition to the final accounts of the authority. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Jafar Al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Public Authority for Food Stores and Food Reserve. Within the framework of the joint preparations for the military exercises Swift Sword 3, a number of tanks and transport vehicles affiliated to the British Royal Armed Forces arrived today to the Sultanate through Duqm Port in the Governorate of Al Wusta. It's worth mentioning that the arrival of maritime and air shipments of various logistic support equipment affiliated to British forces will continue within the upcoming days until the completion of preparations for the exercise, which is due to be held in the second half of October this year between the Sultanate and the United Kingdom. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin, an Omani citizen who owns a date palm farm in Ivory in the governorate of Al-Zahir produces various dates products in his factory. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Within the aim to raise level of practical experiences for the employees in health field, the Directorate General of Police Aviation organized a workshop on the mechanism of the air ambulance work. The workshop focused to provide the workers with the latest developments in air ambulance and ways to transfer injuries from a place to another. The four-day event included a number of lectures and work papers on the field of air ambulance and other health matters. The workshop also reviewed a number of samples of some institutions from inside and outside the Sultanate. At the end of the workshop, the participants expressed that such events will improve their abilities and skills to deal with the emergency situations. For reviewing the Shura experience in the Sultanate, delegation from the Secretariat General, the Bahraini Council of Representatives visited the Shura Council. The delegation was briefed about the work mechanisms in various departments of the Council. They also saw a visual presentation about the Council, its development stages, its powers and competencies, in addition to means of working at Council's committees and most important projects and laws amendments of laws articles that are discussed by the Council. The Minister of Commerce and Industry, represented in the Directorate General of Specifications and Standards, seeks to adjust the work of metrology, which contributes in ensuring right of businessman and the consumer. The Ministry pointed out that it adopts a legal metrology surveillance for ensuring accuracy of measurements which affected safety, health and rights of consumers and the environment. The Ministry added that the Directorate General of Specifications and Standards determined legal and technical requirements for each measurement tool subjected to legal monitoring and its devices to protect buyer and seller in trading and services provided. Islamic banks and windows provided total financing of 3.32 billion Omani riyals till the end of June 2018, compared to 2.75 billion riyals a year ago, registering a growth to more than 20%. The statistics issued by the Central Bank of Oman stated that the total deposits at Oman's Islamic banking institutions grew by 18% to 3.15 billion Omani riyals in June this year from 2.66 billion riyals in the same month of the previous year. Total Islamic banking assets in the Sultanate surged to 4.1 billion riyals as of the end of June 2018, compared to 3.56 billion a year ago. Through modern techniques, Omani Manpower run and operates Ivory Dates Factory, which works on packaging, filling and manufacturing of dates products from palm trees in the governorate of Al-Zahira. The production capacity of the factory reached reach 80 tons of dates products, which are commercialized inside and outside the Sultanate. The factory was established by the Omani citizen Sulaiman Al-Ghafri, and it was built in an area of 750 square meters. Sulaiman Al-Ghafri has a big farm from which he brings dates to his factory. He also, buy dates from other farmers in the governorate. It's worth mentioning that dates are used in making many products like halwa, biscuits, and other sweets. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains, with chances of intermittent drizzle. The rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and rainfall over the Hajar mountains. Low clouds and fog late at night and early morning are expected over the coast of the Arabian Sea and Sea of Oman. Winds will be south to southeasterly, light to moderate. Seas will be slight with maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. More details on your screen. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Research Council approves amendments on open research scholarships which contribute in implementing the national priorities and achieve applicable and practical results. The United Nations hails the Sultanate's completion of all requirements to reduce the use of materials depleting of ozone layer. And commercial operation of the passenger terminal at Duqm Airport starts tomorrow. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Thank you for joining us and good night.